Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having an incredible day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you for watching our show, my show. Yes, I can, with me, your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And today, I'm so honored and so excited to have this beautiful, this gorgeous, this very heartwarming person, Natalie Perez, who is an LA-based cinematographer and co-owner of a premier video production company focused on elevating women's voices from She TV Media. And Natalie and her team, She TV Media, are the team that are the one behind the success of my TED Talk in recording every single one of our video of our talk and editing it, producing it, polishing it, uploaded it. She's just amazing. Her and team just amazing. And on my TED Talk, Natalie and her team were just so kind to me in helping me with my mic, the setup, with my hijab, working around it. She was the first person that I met at the venue, and I just felt kindness from her. So I'm really thankful. So Natalie, darling, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Izdihar, thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor to be here talking with you today. I love your energy. And from the moment I met you, I could see there was like a beam of sunshine. And so I'm just so happy you're doing this podcast. And I'm so happy to be here talking with you today.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Natalie and I are actually neighbors because we live quite, it's still driving distance, but still considering where we are in California, we can literally like be neighbors. I'm just so excited about it because it's not often that we meet people who are really close by, right?
Yes, especially in Los Angeles. Like someone else in Los Angeles can be like an hour and a half away, but you and I were like 20 minutes. So that is like next door neighbors.
Exactly. And today I wanted to have a chat with Natalie because she and her business partner built She TV Media, a female-based TV production company. And then I was just really curious about how she got started, how you got started, Natalie, what made you wanted to go into cinematography, which is, I would say, predominantly male-based. And at the same time, how does motion or video helps entrepreneurs or small business owners to elevate their voices for them to be seen? I mean, can't I just do a TikTok thing with a shaking thing and then that is done, right? So, Natalie, let's get started with what was the thing, the seed that planted you to get started with She TV Media and cinematography?
That's a great question. I'm like, how long do we have?
Exactly. The short version of it.
The short version. So, it was one of those things when you look back at your life, you're like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. Once I finally found cinematography, which was around my college days. But it stemmed from this really deep love and fascination of psychology and photography. And the mix of both of those. I had always loved psychology, but I got terrible grades in it, so I wasn't going to study it. I loved photography, but I was raised with the notion that photography is just a hobby. And so going into college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I saw kids running around with cameras and I was like, that looks cool. What's going on over there? And into my third year, I took my first cinematography class. And that was, for me, when everything just kind of came together. This idea of the photography, but it's moving photography, right?
Yes,
So it's
emotion.
not just a photo, it's the movement, it's the colors, it's the lighting, it's the tone, it's the style, it's the angle. And I just found such a fascination and love for seeing how different cinematographers showcase a story, because a different cinematographer, if I shot something and my neighbor shot something, same story, they would look vastly different because of how we view the world. And it's something that I get like goosebumps over when I work on different projects today, because it really instills a lot of confidence in me in my craft, knowing that I'm going to bring something different to this story or to this documentary or to this commercial than anyone else would, just because of the way that I see the world and what I find fascination and interest in. And so once I found cinematography, I was like, okay, this is it. I want to do this thing. And so for a few years after college, I worked just in various kind of independent freelance roles in the industry, working for, some television production
Yeah.
studios and working on indie films and just really
Mm.
anything I could find. And that was when it was about 4 years ago now. So January of 2018, my business partner, Meredith, who I also met in film school, she had just moved back into town and was like, "Hey, Natalie, I have this idea. Come
Mm.
over to my place. Let's talk about it." So I was like, "Okay." So I come to her house and she had like a PowerPoint presentation set up.
No way, Meredith. Oh
Yes.
my God.
And I was like, "What's going on here?" And she was like, "Hear me out." Like, she basically pitched this idea of creating a video production company together called She TV at the time, that was focused on empowering women. And
Mm.
she had all these slides that were like, here's why, here's how, here's why now, here's why you, like all this stuff. And so I was like, yes, I'm so down. She was like, okay, no. I want you to go home, go think about it, come back. So I was like, okay. So I went home, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? We got to involve men somehow. I know that
Mm.
this is She TV, and it would be almost easier to be like women only and, all this, but at least looking back on my life experiences, a lot of
Mhm.
the career opportunities that I've been given were given to
Mm.
me by men. And so
Mhm.
for me, I felt it was very important to include men in the process and in our company
Mhm.
mission so that we can continue just fighting for equality and empowering women and not making women the power, but just empowering women. And so yeah, so I came back the next day with a yes and PowerPoint that was
Uh-huh.
like, yes, everything you said, and here are some ideas. And she loved them. And from that day, we got the website, we got the social media handles, we looked into building a business. And this is two
Mhm.
girls who did not go to business school. So we
Mhm.
knew absolutely nothing about building a business. And we were like, all right, this is it. And so here we are 4 years later. We're an established company. We have had the opportunity to work with many different clients that we are so honored and proud of. And it's been it's been a roller coaster, but it's been a really, really fun one.
That's absolutely incredible, and I just love how you share that it's actually a part an artistry view that is storytelling a part of a person because someone's person is the you have the ability to capture 20, 30, 40, 50 years of their life in just that single 2-3 minute video, um, or an event, just like our TED event, which is it's a whole day event, but still capturing it in moments, right? Or taking it in the moment of it, the moments that really matter and capture. So what Natalie and her team does that right at the beginning of my TED talk, she would have three snippets that kind of like embodies like what the whole talk is about. The gestures, the eye, the laughter, the smile. So she has those three things. I'm like, oh my God, Natalie, she just captured everything in that three, maybe 2 seconds or something, kind of like snippets right in the beginning. For those of you who haven't seen my TED talk, you can go to Coming to America, a story of hijab wearing women. I'll put the link in the showcase below. But she captured all those three things. I'm like, oh my God, girl, you make me look good. So I'm like, that is like so amazing. And is that how you see it? Because that's part of what I do. I mean, one of the main things that I do is helping women to share the voices without prejudice and having the confidence to see it. I do it in a different platforms, but how do you capture that storytelling, the angle of it, so much so that it doesn't loses the essence of who that person is. Because you get cut, like reality TV, right? Cut here, and then you end up with so much drama, which is not the essence of the true version of that person. So I'm thinking as a business owner, Natalie, here, like, okay, Natalie, like if I were to hire you to come into a production for me about my life, about how I work, my business, my family, and all that, how do you kind of like capture that moment that really matters into, is it a 3-minute video now that people usually like to do? Because I think like a 20-minute video, like nobody's gonna watch that 20-minute video.
Right. Yeah. The viewing time has come down a lot in the past couple of years. I think it used to be like 3 to 5 minutes, and now it's maybe like 1 minute is the golden.
Really?
It's the golden
Just a
hour.
nip. Oh
Yeah,
my
because
God.
people's attention spans are like 3 seconds. So a lot of what we do is in the 60-second range, but we do usually encourage people to have like a 3 to 5 minute, what we call a homepage video, something that's like a mission statement, like that kind of covers a lot of different topics. And then we can pick and choose and make little 60-second snippets from it. But to answer your question, yes, I think that a lot of our work stems from authentic curiosity about the people that we work with. When we first started, our goal was to, create like documentaries and narratives and more that kind of style of which we call like the entertainment side of our business. So we do have a documentary, we have TV pilots, which are, scripted, and one's about a superhero, one's about witches. And so those are like fun, right? But they don't happen as often because it's difficult to find funding between them. So once we started as a small business, we joined all these, networking groups, a lot of women focused networking groups. And we met all these wonderful women who had no social media, who had not the best website, who didn't have, and we're all kind of struggling to figure out how to make the next step forward, how to get to that next level, how to get to that next tier of clientele. And what we saw was that these women had such amazing stories of how they came into business, of why they're in business, their mission. And it was too good to not get involved and be like, let's make a video showcasing what you're doing because it's so amazing. And so that's kind of where most of our work is now, where we focus a lot with small businesses and entrepreneurs to make, website content, to make their homepage video, to make social media content that's more elevated. That's a bit more than just the everyday TikTok. That's something that's making you look and feel beautiful and showcasing really like you said, 30, 40, 50 years of experience in just a minute, that so that your clients can know, like, and trust you. And so that was really important for us. And it's been so fun to meet people. And like I said, it really just stems from this very authentic curiosity of each person. And I do have to give a ton of props. I know that you don't know her as well, but my business partner, Meredith, is very good at interviewing. She, like, I don't know why or how, but people just like open up to her like immediately. And like so many people will just start crying to her and like telling her stuff. And I'm always the one behind the camera filming it, but it's so beautiful. So we both like share this very general, this very authentic, just interest in the people that we do business with. And another point really quick, because I'm sure a lot of people listening are business owners or are entrepreneurs. And we come across a lot of people who are nervous to get in front of the camera, who don't like the way they look, who feel insecure, who are afraid they might say something silly or dumb or whatever. And that's one thing that I think we bring to the table is like, look, we're also two girls. We're two women in business. We don't like being in front of the camera. Well, Meredith does. I don't like being in front of the camera. Like, it's hard for us to, so we get it. So I think from that empathy side, we can connect with them. And what we hear from a lot of clients is wow, that was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Or, oh my gosh, I was so nervous, but you made me feel so at home. And it's just because we're here, we're cracking jokes. And you know what? We instill trust in them that we're not
Mhm.
going to use their ums or their mistakes. Like we're going to cut those out and we're going to showcase the best side of them.
Mm.
And so I think that has been a really unique thing that we bring to the table with our company as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I didn't met Meredith, didn't I? Like at the
Yeah.
event, at the TED event. I didn't met Meredith. I think she was with me on the rehearsal day. She helped me with my
Yes.
mic. You helped me first, and then you had to go to a meeting. So Meredith helped me afterwards. So I didn't meet Meredith. She's just, so kind, so thoughtful, and also at the same time, like very okay, then it's okay, we've got this. I was like panicking, like which way is this? Uh, because it wasn't easy for me with a hijab. I literally had to do a lot of tricks to get the mic turned on. And I really love about what you say. I mean, it is absolutely nervous to be in front of camera, especially when you have the lights and then the real camera. Like I'm just getting used to doing like reels and getting used to that. But it's just a different vibe. But I think what you bring to the table more than anything is you just allow people to be who they are. Like you don't say no fidgeting, no this, no that, and then make people more nervous. So you just allow them to be. That's okay. You just laugh. If you messed up, it's okay. Because I remember Sonali, who was a curator, the TEDx curator. Don't worry, she's me. Just gonna take care of it. If you stumble, if you everything, do this. Don't worry about it, because it's like a live event is different, isn't it, Natalie? A live event and even the interview. We're not trained actresses or performers. We're, business owners. So I think that's the unique part, and which is one of your secret weapons, I would say, and just allowing people to be. You were the first person that I met. You were the first person that I spoke to at the event. I'm like, am I at the right place here? Because nobody is here. Like, why is there people working? You just allow people to be. And as a result, like you said, your clients say, that was so fun. Like, I didn't believe that it happened this way. So talk to me through what are the like say a client comes in, do you go to their place or do they come over to your office? I know with Irena, another person that we have mutual, which is the TEDx curator for TEDx Deltron before this, Natalie shot her TEDx show like kind of like you were with her the whole day, right? Kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah, it was kind of
So
like a behind the scenes reel.
that's right, behind the scenes kind of thing. So talk us through really quickly, how does it look like? Do people come over to you? Do you go over to them? Or it depends on the event, or what have you not?
Yeah, that's a great question. It really does depend on the event. And especially now with the pandemic, things have changed a lot as well. I think before the pandemic, we were having a lot more lunch meetings and dinner meetings, and which was really fun. I was like, I miss those, but now we are saving money. So that's also good. But yeah, we usually, I mean, we'll meet up with people. We love hopping on Zoom. We love seeing people as face to face as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so initially it's having that discovery meeting. It's talking
Yeah.
about, okay, let's talk about what you want to do. Let's talk about
Mm,
the specifics, the logistics, the reality of it as well.
yeah.
And
And the
also,
vision. Mm-hmm.
and the vision. And also, we don't, something that we learned early on in the first few years, people would come to us and say, I want this specific type of video. And we would just be the yes girls. We'd be like, okay, yes, yeah, we can do that. Yep, whatever you want, we'll do it. And then we would make this video that would be exactly what they wanted, but it wasn't set up in a way where they could actually use it to their benefit. It was just like a very good video that they maybe put on YouTube and it maybe got 23 views. So
Right.
then we started realizing like, well, that's from a selfish standpoint. I'm like, I want people to see the work that we do, and I'm also proud
Mm,
of it. And
mm-hmm.
so we started incorporating more into the conversation up front about, okay, what is the intention of this video? You know, where are you online right now? Like, is this
Mm,
intention to get more applicants to your company? Is it to, you know, get the word out about a new book that you have coming out? Like, really,
right.
what is the very specific goal of this video? And also, like, what social media platforms are you on? Which ones are really good? Which ones do you not have such a good following on? And so a lot more of like understanding the ins and outs of their business so that what
Hmm.
we do can be of more benefit than just them coming to us and asking for a video and us making the video and then bye, like figure it
Right.
out. So
Yes. So
um
there's more to it, right? Because it's a story, and your purpose is to elevate people's voices. And obviously, it's not going to be done if there's only 10 views on YouTube, isn't it? Like, there's more to it. Like, I love what you say about what's the vision behind it, what's the intention behind it, like either more applicants or anything. Like for me, well, I want to go and speak at Harvard, so I need this video to make me look good and get to speak at Harvard. I
yeah.
want to get into Oprah. Like, I want to be Oprah material ready. Like I'm trained on camera, what have you not? Like kind of like the vision. Obviously, as a result, would have the like, know, love, and trust factor. People
Right.
with me. Yes, obviously on the website, yes, on the YouTube, yes, on the social media, obviously that is part of it. But that is kind of like, I see kind of your vision in kind of extending it, kind of like making evergreen. I think that's the priceless part, right? If you can nail it and make it evergreen, whether
Yes.
you look back at it 10, 20, 30 years, it's still it. Like the movie trailers, it's still evergreen from it. They do it once, but you see the trailer over and over again. It's the same trailer, and it always hooks people in, doesn't it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
So it's a, sorry, go on.
oh, I was just gonna say for that reason, we like early on we were deciding, you know, should we get a studio space? Should we
Mhm.
not? And so for that reason, we ended up not getting a studio space because we didn't want all of our clients to feel or us to feel pressured to have our clients be in this studio space that we're renting so that they all look the same or we have the lighting set or so it's easier, whatever, because that wasn't the benefit of our clients and the people that we're working with. So a lot of times we work with people to if they want to rent out a beautiful space like you know on the ocean or whatever, or if they just want to do it in their office. A lot of times people's offices have a ton of branding, they have a ton of their personal, you know, their prized possessions right there, and so we kind of we're very flexible with it. It's dependent on
That's so exciting. Well, Natalie, just come over to my place, okay? Well, we'll do the shooting, and then I'll cook something for you and, and your business partner.
yes, I love it, I'm so down, tell me when.
Awesome. So, can you share a little bit about what are the results, whether tangible, intangible results that you see from your clients having doing like using powerful video? This is like more than reels, more than TikTok, this powerful messaging, intentional hooking video. What are the tangible or intangible results that you can see happening with your clients and the business? Is it their confidence have risen up? Or like you said, I know with Irena, she asked you to help with a TED Talk and her book launch. So that helped generated a lot of publicity for it. So can you share a little bit what are the results that people can see happening with working with you?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to start with a bragging story because
Yes, 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 yes. Go ahead, darling.
so what actually, so once Meredith and I first were like, okay, we're going to do business together, we got our first job, our very first like paid job, we're making money. Okay, cool. We'll see how this if this works together. And it was actually for this startup toothbrush company. They're making a toothbrush that has LED lights in it, so it helps with, you know, break down this and that, and it's really cool. Um,
Okay.
I can, yeah, I'm like, I can vouch for them because I got a free toothbrush from that shoot
All
and I
right.
used it and it made my teeth whiter. Okay. So
Now you got me interested. LED toothbrush. I can
yeah,
go like check it out
it's
now.
like a
I'll
light
be
show
like
in
on
your mouth.
Christmas lights. Yeah,
Yes.
the Christmas.
Yeah. So they needed like a little small commercial to help raise funds to make,
Mhm.
more toothbrushes. And so we made this like little commercial for them. It had like some narrative aspects, like this guy on the beach, brushing your teeth felt like the beach. And anyway, all that to say, it was really fun. It was informative. And in the end, we would like to say because of the video,
Of
um,
course.
I think I can't remember what their financial goal was, but whatever it was, we didn't raise, but I think they raised about like 8 times their goal. So if their goal was 10,000, they raised 80,000.
That's
And
amazing.
we were like,
Oh
that's
my
us. No, I'm just
God.
kidding.
No, it's
But
part of it, right? You're part
it
of the
is.
little ingredient to make the whole cake.
Right, exactly. And I think a lot of people like in maybe the funding type crowdfunding area, like yes, it is the story that is important. Yes, getting on camera is better
Mhm.
than not getting on camera. But at the end of the day, if you have something that's engaging, that's maybe a little funny, that maybe people can relate to or connect with or just understand better by watching a video, then there's going to be so much more success that comes from that video and that comes from seeing that. And so that was our very first, video. And so from there, we haven't quite we always don't get that same, ratio of, oh, they were able to increase their, revenue by 8% or whatever, by 800% or whatever. But we've heard back from a lot of clients. We have a lot of times with our clients too, we really do, and I'm not just saying this, we really do become friends with them because a lot of times we're part of the same networking groups.
Mhm.
We enjoy them as people. It's just like building a friendship with these people. And that's also why I fell in love with filmmaking, because yes, it is a service, yes, it is a technical skill, but also you get to make friends like the whole time while you're on set and you're making a project, you're making a video. And I just really love that personal aspect to it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's different for everyone. Like I said, whether it's to
Mm.
sell a book. So Arena, like we talked about, she was the first TEDx video that I had ever filmed. And then she became the first organizer of TEDx
Yes,
Delthorn Women.
correct.
And she actually, before her TED Talk, I believe, she was launching her book. And so
Mhm.
she came to us kind of last minute saying, look, I need to get, 200 sales of my book in order to get it published, or pre-sales. So she needed to get
Yes.
pre-sales in order to get it published. And she's like, I think the best way to do it is a video. And so we teamed up with her. We created a video and she pushed it out. And because of that, she way surpassed her 200 pre-sales. I think she got like 500 pre-sales. And now we all have her book. And so it's very exciting. And yeah, so it kind of is different for everybody, but I think with the intention behind it and the vision, talking a lot about the vision up front, it helps it to be more successful in the back end.
Absolutely. I think like the vision, the intention of it, the ingredients you put in, like the authenticity, the heart base. I remember one of the things you taught me after our TED talk is that, the important is that you share your message with authenticity. That is like the most important thing because we're not polished professional speakers. I mean, some of them are, but I'm not. So the only thing I've got is just me bringing it on the table. So would you say that based on your experience as we're wrapping this up, that the thing that's going to make it really successful is that the intention, the vision, the clarity, and also the heart base and the authenticity and the courage that you bring as a team with you and your clients into the table?
Yes. I mean, I think you said it perfectly. I think it's not just in business, but it's not just in video, it's not just in promotion for your company, but it's in life. It's, like just being authentic and genuine and having a true curiosity for other people, I think will do so much good for you. So
Absolutely. So, Natalie, one final question. What is one fun thing that people don't know about you? And you can't say walking or camping because I've seen that in your video. So, what fun thing and that people don't know about you, or even painting? I didn't know Natalie was a painter. She said, "Oh, I'm painting my friend's room today." I'm like, "Wow, she's an artist."
oh my
What's
gosh.
one fun thing, darling, that people don't know about you?
I'm like, just for the record, I'm not a painter. I was just painting a wall. Like someone needed to paint their house, so I was painting a wall. It wasn't like a mural. It wasn't anything like that. Okay, this is hard. Um, okay. I I know I grew up camping, but my parents actually, since the age of like 4 or 5, taught me and my brother how to ride motorcycles, and we would like race in races every year. So I grew up riding and racing motorcycles.
Wow, that is so cool. Like, is it the one of the fast bike or the Harley kind of thing?
Not the Harley kind, until more recently. Like growing up, it was
Right.
like kind of like the smaller bikes that they call them dirt bikes, and so they're the ones that are like on dirt.
Oh, the one that goes up on dirt, that goes on the, yeah, not the fast super, but that's the super bike, right? The one that goes fast on
Right.
the
On the street.
spring.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
this is
it.
like the dirt bike. That
Yes.
is so cool. I didn't know that. And I didn't know like you're on a Harley or even have a Harley.
I don't have a Harley, but I do have my street license. I'm working to get a bike, but the bike I want is a little pricey. So I'm trying to find like to wait till somebody is selling one. So that's,
Yes,
yeah.
that's your vision for 2022. And how
Yes.
cool is that? And we're gonna go on a ride.
Yes. Yeah. You can hop on back.
You
Actually,
will
I
be
would not.
just flying and everything. That'll be
Yes.
so cool.
Yes. I would, although I would not feel comfortable with anyone on my back, to be honest. I'm like,
Just
no,
like a
but
snap so that mommy looks cool on the bike,
yes, we'll
isn't
take a
it? Just
picture.
like a lot,
Yeah.
exactly. The snap, snap, just
Yes.
a step forward, not even a
Oh,
meter,
yes.
just like a foot
Oh,
forward.
yeah. If it's
And
like 10
we're
feet, we'll be fine. But right, I don't
absolutely.
know.
All right, darling. So tell everybody what is the best way for people to reach out to you. It can be your website or on your social media. I know you're on social media a lot. It's on She TV Media. So what would be the best way for people to reach out to? I'll put it in the show notes as well.
Thank you. Well, for She TV Media, everything is pretty much at She TV Media, shetvmedia.com. You can send us an email at info@shetv.me. And then for me personally, my Instagram is probably the best way to find me. It's at Natalie Perez DP, and DP stands for Director of Photography, which is another way to say cinematographer. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Natalie, for having this conversation with me about authentic curiosity on how you can build a brand through motion and video on a high powerful video. So thank you so much, Natalie, and send my regards to Meredith. I know we saw her. I haven't seen her since the event, but send my regards to her, and thank you for the amazing job that you did for TEDx Delthorn Women at the event and the video, making us all look good, which is fantastic. So thank you so much, Natalie and She TV Media. Thank you for joining us. This is your host, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. Till the next time, tell yourself, yes, I can. And so it is done. Natalie, say bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.